Alright, John Oaks here with HANKSTERS Hot Rods, and today we're going to give you guys the insight on this addition to our inventory here. This is a 1966 Pontiac Gto, and yes, it is a real GTO, a real 242 VIN numbered car. And as a matter of fact, this car still has the original block that this car came with from the factory. Along with that said, we have a large 3-ring binder that is just chock full of documentation and receipts that was put into this car from the previous owners. Along with that PHS document, obviously you're going to be able to decipher whether or not that motor was the correct block, and again, I assure you that it is. So what we have sitting here, this is the factory platinum exterior color that this car would have come with from the factory. Obviously, you've got the steel GTO hood here, and again, as far as all of your bright work, and that being your bumpers, front and rear, the wheellet moldings, the lower body moldings on the car, again, your drip rail moldings, all of that is the bright work on it. Nothing's been painted. It's all been polished up and shined up very nice. You can see as far as all the panel fitment too, at least up this side till we get to the other side. You can see your door gaps on the front as well as on the back side here are pretty much the same. So again, everything's been adjusted very nice. You've got all your GTO badging too. Whenever we get up front, you'll see the one in the grill, but you've got your fender badging here that also has the 6.5 liter insignia on it there. Again, as we come back, you'll see our car here has the black pinstripes on it. We'll open up our door. We want to take a look inside. This is going to be the black vinyl interior. Obviously, you see front bucket seats on this, the original dash, the factory center console. Now it does have an updated shifter in it, but again, everything's really nice inside. The wood steering wheel, the wood dash trim also, and the factory gauge is in there as well. So everything looks really nice inside. We'll close our door. It closes up nice and easy. All of our glass is in excellent condition too. There's no chips or cracks obviously in it. It's all very nice. Wheels and tires, they've kept with kind of the older look to it. They did go with some American Racing aluminum wheels here. These are the torque thrust wheels with the magnesium colored centers, but it's still kind of that classic look for these cars. Then way back here on our back quarter panel, again, we have more GTO badging here. Again, all of this is in good condition. As far as back here along the back of our car now, trunk lid, you can see the fitment on that looks really good. All of your bright work and trim is in pretty good shape too. Again, the tail panel here painted the same color, chrome rear bumper here as well. Now we're going to open our trunk up and we'll show you the condition of the inside of the trunk here, which by the way is very good. We'll unlock our trunk, raise that up, and obviously you see they've painted the underside of the trunk lid that same platinum poly exterior color. We've got the trunk seals and weather stripping here are all in good shape and all intact. Full size spare in here. You've got the bumper jack, the original jack for it, and the wheel lug wrench. Got a set of floor mats in here too if you need it. The floors in this thing is in excellent condition. Again, you can see all one piece, no holes, no patching, and you can see part of that trunk mat up in the front part there where you can't really get too well. But again, everything in here is in great condition for this 66 GTO. As we close our lid, you can see the GTO emblem back here on the trunk also. All of your gaps and elevations look really good. Even up in here where your rear window is, all of that metal is in good shape. Paint looks very well too, and the glass is in great shape. Again, your GTO emblems, your bright lower body molding here, those wheels and tires, again, they are 15-inch wheels the whole way around, so you have no problems there. As far as the size of the tires go, 215/70 R15s up front, 235/70 R15s on the back, just to give it a little bit of rake. As far as your glass now on the passenger side, you can see how nice that is. No chips, no cracks there. We'll go ahead and open this door up too so you can get a visual there of how the car looks on the interior from this side. Again, all your door jambs and everything are in good condition on this car. Weather stripping up around your windows all the way around is in great shape too. We'll close this. Again, that shuts just as easy as the other side. Of course, we got our fender mounted antenna up here, our GTO badging again on this side of the car, and then back up to the front. Now across the front here, nothing too out of the ordinary here. You've got your stacked headlight assemblies here. These are your traditional sealed beam units. Of course, your parking and or turn signal lights up here. Your GTO badging up here in the grille. And again, those grills are in great condition too. There's no pieces broke in them. They're all solid and all intact. Now, as far as our hood, you can see the fitment there. Fitment looks really good. Your gaps and elevations the whole way around on this hood look to be very good from side to side, front to back as well. Now we are going to open this up because there's a lot to kind of talk about as far as all of the under hood stuff here. Let's get that open for us next. So with our hood open, obviously our hood insulation underneath here, it's all intact. Looks to be a little bit older hood insulation, but again, there's none of it that's falling down. It's still well intact here. Now, as far as the engine itself goes, as I mentioned first, this is the original block. So again, according to the numbers, the 2-letter code, everything, and according to the PHS documents, this is your original block. Now, it has had some engine work over the years. This thing, it's a pretty peppy motor here. Original 389 block, but it has been bored and stroked to a 447. In that binder that I spoke of earlier, it's got all the information of the stuff that was done to it, all the components, the Eagle rods, the comp cam, Ross pistons, just all of that stuff. It's all jam-packed in that binder. As far as your carburetors, you can see it still retains the 3 deuces on top. Those are 3 Rochester 2-jet carburetors on there. You got your factory. This is your stock cast intake on here. Of course, you see the little chrome air cleaners, the chrome valve covers, the cast heads, which again, that binder has all of that information. Then we have a set of dugs. These are ceramic coated long tube headers, emptying out into the stainless exhaust that's on this car. That's done by Pypes. That's the name brand there. So again, all of that, you'll see that on the underside video. Matching mufflers, everything like that. So all of that's intact and in great shape. As far as the transmission, we have a TCI. This is a turbo 400 automatic transmission. And then as far as the rear end goes, now it is a 10-bolt rear, but it's a beefed up 10-bolt. It's got an Auborn traction lock differential on it with a 355 gear in it. So again, it's going to be a good cruising vehicle. But again, you've got lots of power here with this motor with all the stuff that's been done. It is a mechanical fuel pump, manual brake, manual steering car. But again, it is a automatic car, so you're not going to fight it too much at all while you're out on the road driving this car. Factory or stock style radiator here, a 7-blade clutch fan there to help cool everything, along with the fan shroud, and everything all up here is all good and dry too. All your hoses, fittings, everything like that, all in good condition. So that's pretty much everything for underneath the hood. As I said, binder is just filled with information on what was done to this motor here, all the pieces and components that was put into it. So if you need any of that, obviously you can call us. We'll go over that, you know, get you copies, whatever you need. But anyways, that's pretty much it for our 66 GTO here for the walk around and for looking inside and under the hood. Alright, now that we've got our silver 66 GTO here up on the lift, we're going to go through the underside of this car just like we do all the other ones. Point out to you exactly what we do have here as far as components and as far as all the sheet metal and floors and so forth on this car. So we'll start with, let me start with the drive line on this car because there's a lot to go over with this particular car, so I don't forget anything. So First and foremost, we do have the original 389 Pontiac block in this car. Now this motor has been bored and stroked, obviously. When we did our video from the top side, we went over all of that information with you. Plus, again, tons and tons of documentation with this car. So that'll help any potential buyer out there. So again, that original 389 block. Then we have a TCI Turbo 400 automatic transmission here. Nice chrome pan here for it too. Also, it's got the flywheel cover here too to help protect that against any dirt and debris. As far as our transmission mount cross member here, all of that's in great condition on this car. Drive shaft itself, it's balanced, so you're not going to get any of that unwanted vibrations in your drive line. And then as far as the rear end goes, now this is a GM 10 volt rear, but it does have an Auborn traction lock differential installed in it. So good unit. It's a 373 gear on this as well. Now we'll go back up front now and talk about the suspension and steering and all of that stuff, braking also. So suspension, you got pretty much your stock lower and upper control arms on the car here. We do have a front sway bar here, the sway bar bushings on the frame, and as well as the sway bar end links. Those are in great condition. All your ball joints on all of your suspension arms, those are in great condition, as well as the steering components too. Now again, this car is, I believe it's a power steering car, and all of your ball joints, rubber dust boot covers, those are all intact, they're all in good shape, and you can tell everything's been maintained on this car very well. As far as braking components, it is a four-wheel drum brake car, so that's what you're going to see on this, but all the hoses and lines on it are all in great shape. Again, you can see the whole underside. This thing is in good condition. Floors, you can see those all intact. There's no patching, no holes. Everything's all good, solid metal, and it's the right metal. It's the correct floor pans. You can see all the stamping lines and everything. Nothing's been touched or altered underneath here, so that's in great shape. Frame rails, those are in good shape too. Pinch welds up along the side here too. Those are all in great condition too on this car. Now as far as exhaust work, which obviously you'll be able to see that there. We start with a set of Doug's long tube headers here. These are ceramic coated headers. And then these are, this whole system here, this is a Pypes system, that's the name brand. Stainless steel exhaust. You can see you've got your X pipe here in the center. Now this car is outfitted with a set of cutouts here if you wish to use those. They are here right now. They are closed off here with plates. So again, you're going to get the flow through design here right through the mufflers. Again, we have a set of Pypes Violator mufflers back here. Again, this stuff's all stainless. And then of course tailpipes up over top of the rear end housing, and then exiting out the rear of the car with a set of tailpipes. Suspension, we've already went over the front. The back, you've got your standard metric 4-link back here. Very good work done back here as far as your spring perches and so forth. Your spring buckets on the rear of the car here. AC Delco shocks on this thing. So again, everything's in great shape. Wheels and tires. American Racing torque thrust wheels. They are the 5-spoke design, the magnesium colored centers on those wheels. They are 15-inch front and rear. And as far as tires go, we've got two 1570 R15s up front, and then we have two 3570 R15s on the back, all of which you can see the tread on these tires is in great condition too. Emergency brake, all hooked up here, all your cables, all the correct brackets and so forth are all here. Fuel tank in the back here, that's your stock fuel tank. It's in great shape too. There's no dents or dings. It's been, painted the same color as the rest of the underside of this car. So again, like I said, you can just see everything's in great shape. Fuel lines, brake lines, all routed right along the frame rails, and they've done a good job with that. So that said, that's pretty much everything underneath here that we can go over. We're going to go ahead and get this down off the lift next.